quick understanding of what big data is all about. So the first thing that we are all aware is that there's a deluge of data today, and before I finish this presentation, so many things would have happened in the big data space. So many websites getting created, hundreds of thousands of apps downloads, and millions of search queries, and so much of activity on Facebook, and a lot of messages getting transmitted. So which is all a part of a good thing as far as the social media is concerned. So a lot of structured and unstructured data will be generated and shared during this period. It's not just data that is getting shared. We also know that there will be a lot of economic value that is generated out of all this. So by the time I finish this presentation, millions of worth of goods would have been exchanged over the e-market, so generating a lot of revenue. So there is an economic side to all this immense amount of transactions that happen. So I'm moving on to my next slide. So this is about what exactly is big data. It means, I know it means many things for many people. So people understand it in different ways. For some, it means that we are looking at a vaster scope of information. So then what we were doing earlier, it's a new kind of data and analysis. It's all about getting information on a real-time basis that we need it as and when we want it. So as transactions happen, we capture immediately and look at it. And we are deploying a wide variety of new technologies to get data. So there's a lot of data influx from new technologies and non-traditional form of media. I mean, as I just said, there is a lot of deluge of data from the social media. So there's a lot of data that we get from LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, which organizations are trying to integrate into the traditional sources of data. And we are also looking at very large volume of data, where terabytes were considered very large. Today we are talking about petabytes, exabytes. So definitely a large volume of data, both at the individual level and at the enterprise level that we are handling. For some, they think that it's the latest buzzword or data warehousing coming in a different avatar. So, and for some, it's all about social media data. So the good news is big data is all this and much more. I mean, each one is looking at one aspect of big data. So it's definitely right that we are looking at all these things. But what we need to do is to integrate all this into some kind of a technical as well as a working definition of big data, which is what I will do in the first few slides.